eyes are constantly exposed to blue light, which can damage them over time. Without the proper nutrition, our eyes have a hard time filtering blue light. Even colored sunglasses or screen protectors, represented by the dye in this water, can't fully protect our eyes. However, a daily serving of Pharmanex eye formula supplies our eyes with the nutrition required to help shield them from blue light and support overall eye health. Protect your eyes from the inside out.
Small ball on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. And all those things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain, I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Right now I'll be strong. I play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I still got a lot of fight left in me. Losing friends and I'm chasing speed. Everybody's worried about me. In too deep. Say I'm in too deep. It's been 2 years since I missed my home. It's a fire burning in my bones. Still believe. I still believe in all those things I didn't say. Wrecking balls inside my brain, I will scream them loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Right now I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I still got a lot of fight left to be. A lot of fight left to be. Like a small boat on the ocean, sending big waves into motion, like how a single word can make a heart open. I might only have one match, but I can make an explosion. This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Right now I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes, 'cause I still got a lot of fight left in me. No, I still got a lot of fight left in me. Yes, hello everyone. Warm greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from right now, and welcome to JhermiNATION TV, our hub for health, arts, and business. And I'm your host, Jeremy, here in London. And I take it that you're all doing well and keeping safe wherever you're watching from right now. So please write on the comment box where you're watching from right now so I can give you a shout out. So, and we are simultaneously live streaming on YouTube under JhermiNATION, and on Facebook under JhermiNATION Facebook page, and on my personal Facebook page, Jeremy Roy. So, of course, some thumbs up and hearts will be very much appreciated. So don't be shy, give it a try. Click those buttons now. And I would like to greet hello, Nikki Lonky. Welcome here, Nikki. Thank you for watching from Queen's Hospital, and Ate Lily Mabanta from Oxfordshire. Thank you. Welcome here in JhermiNATION. We have Susan Lovejoy, Oxfordshire. Romel Aquino. Welcome here. Luni Glyn Vidad. Yes, welcome here. Yan. And in keeping with what JhermiNATION is all about, I would like to give you a seed that you can plant into your mind and let it germinate. So, our seed of the day is, if you compete with others, nobody will help you. If you compete with yourself, people will help you. Do you actually see athletes or competitors, opponents actually help each other during competition? Of course not. That's just not the nature of it, and that's just how the cookie crumbles. They won't help you because they are competitors, right? But if you help yourself, if you compete with yourself, people will help you. Remember that saying, your worst enemy and competition is actually yourself or ourself. If people see that you are really doing your best to improve yourself, to make yourself better, you're doing whatever it takes, no excuse attitude, they will notice what you're doing. They will be inspired. They'll be able to relate with you. They'll be able to connect with you. And human beings, people are by nature, they're very kind, good, and helpful. So if they see and feel that you're genuine with what you're doing, they know your cause, your purpose, and your advocacy, people will help you. So if you compete with others, nobody will help you. But if you compete with yourself, people will help you. So that's our seed of the day. Yes. Welcome again here. And let's just see. Susan Lovejoy says hello. Hello there. And Atilini Mabanta, good evening. And yes, let me introduce my very special guest for tonight. But before that, I'll just play this short video. Yes, so my very special guest for tonight, he is actually from the Midlands, originally from the Philippines, but he is working and living here in Midlands, here in UK. He is a nurse blogger. He is the founder of Filipino UK nurses community, and he's called. We will find out later on. He's a lead nurse. He is also the director of press relations and multimedia of Filipino Unite. Yeah, the community. So let me introduce my very special guest for tonight. Are you ready for him? Okay, let's bring him in. Yes, let's all welcome Manong George. Hello.
Hello, good evening po. Good
Nation,
evening.
Manong George.
Good evening to everyone. Kamusta?
Ito, okay lang. Manong George, thank you for your time. I know you're very busy with all your projects. And where are you from in the Philippines, if I may just ask? Which province do you come from?
No, I'm literally uh, uh, I live in Quezon City. So,
Manileño.
mhm,
Same
that's
here,
it.
Manileño.
Yeah.
No, my father is from La Union, and my mother is from Bulacan, but I grew up in Manila. I was just about to ask, if you know any dialects, and I will ask you to greet them, people in the Philippines in your dialect.
It's
Anyway,
okay.
yes. Thank you very much, Manong George. So,
Hmm.
Manong George, I always do this to my special guests,
Hmm.
and nobody escapes my quick fire questions.
Hmm.
So, basically, I'm just gonna throw you questions, and you will answer it by the first thing that will come into your mind. So, this is just a way of warming you up, getting to know you more, and of course, having fun here in Germination. So, are
Hmm.
you ready for this?
Sure, fire away.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. All right. Here we go. Beer or wine?
Oh, sorry. What was the question again?
Beer or wine?
No, I don't drink.
Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye. Tea or coffee?
Coffee,
Sleep or eat?
depending on the time.
Good answer. What is your guilty pleasure?
My wife.
Wow, amazing. And apart from your face, which body part you look most in the mirror?
Mm, my hands to see what I can do.
Oh, amazing, amazing. I love the answer. What was the last thing that you Googled?
I googled about you.
Oh, thank you. Dream or career?
I'd say my dream is my career.
Amazing. Opportunity or security?
There's opportunity in security.
Amazing. Happiness or fulfillment?
Fulfillment achieves happiness.
Wow, amazing. I love this. Figure it out first or take action first.
Take action while figuring it out.
Amazing. I love your answer, Manong George. If you have a superpower, what would it be and why?
It's the power not to. It will be a secret because nobody has to know.
All right, amazing. Last question. What would you tell your 12-year-old self? If you're in front of George Bermudez, the 12-year-old, what would you tell yourself? 12-year-old
Just
self.
keep at it. Nothing's gonna change. Just keep at it. That's what
Yes,
it
just
is.
keep going. Just
Yeah.
keep going. Amazing. Thank you very much, Manong George. Yes, I hope
No
you
worries.
enjoyed that one. Yan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what treat are we in for today? What can people learn? What value can we give to our audience? Of course, Manong George here is, or George Bermudez, also called as Manong George,
Hmm.
is the founder of Filipino UK Nurses, which is a community, and he's also the press relation and multimedia of Filipino Unite, right?
Mm.
So he will be able to tell us more about the services of those two communities. And of course, he's a nurse blogger. That's what I
Hmm.
say. We nurses, we save life with our nursing skills, but nurse bloggers can also save lives.
Hmm.
By the valuable information that you disseminate to people. Of course, it save you whatever information it is. It will save us time, effort, and of course money. Just to avoid all those pitfalls. With our blogs. And of course, Manong George here is here to share his life journey. I'm sure we're gonna learn from everybody else's life experience. So, Manong George,
Hmm.
is nursing your first choice? Was it your
No,
first choice when you?
actually, if I'm being totally honest, I actually have a degree in microbiology
Mhm.
before I took up nursing. So I was one of those. In the mid 2000s or early 2000s, there was a fad. Well, I'd say it's a fad, but it was actually a mass exodus of nurses in the Philippines then, and then so the aftermath of that was the a lot of nursing schools opened up. And I, for one, was a second courser. So immediately after taking up or obtaining my degree in microbiology, I took up nursing. Yun.
Wow. So if you are not a nurse today, so you might be a doctor or medtech or.
It's hard to say, actually, with regards to microbiology, there are a lot of avenues. Like, it's one of those underrated jobs. You don't know that you actually use their services, but they exist. I can tell
Yes.
you one: if you like wearing your jeans, you
Mhm.
wouldn't have your jeans faded without microbes, and you need a microbiologist to maintain that strain. If you like your alcohol, your beer, definitely the strains of yeast or whatever microbes cause the fermentation. You need in food technology, you need a microbiologist, and then there's obviously the medical field within microbiology. So there was a lot of avenues for me, but then as I was saying, that time the demand for nursing was again on a whole time high. But my first choice was actually to go to the States, not to the UK. But the opportunity for the UK came first. That's why I ended up here.
Wow, amazing! It's amazing to know that fact. You know what you said there about microbiology. I didn't know
Mm,
about that one, so
mm,
I've learned something from you already.
yes.
So that was my follow up question actually. But you answered it already. Was
Sorry.
it's
Kaya
okay. That
mabilis.
no, it's okay. That you know your first choice was actually in the US, but then there was an opportunity in UK.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I can give you a little story in that. Actually, when that was circa 2008, I was actually preparing for my NCLEX. I've taken my IELTS then.
Mm.
Um, but I knew it would take a while before I could go to the States. So I actually tried to apply for the Middle East. And on my application in the Middle East, they actually denied me. So I was really feeling down. And then one of my colleagues offered me I don't know if this still happens back, but back then there was what do you call a referral fee. So my colleague was saying, "Oh, if I refer you, we can split the referral fee and just go for the interview." So I said, "Okay, referral fees, why not? It's okay." I took it. So there you go. That's how it all started for the UK for me.
That's amazing. I think I've got the same pattern as well before. You know, I was applying for US. I've got my NCLEX and everything, but then there was an opportunity in UK because it takes time for America
Mm,
to process everything, isn't it? So
exactly,
yeah, yeah,
exactly. So that
amazing,
that
amazing.
took a while, and so when but as nurses, we take what's on our plate. The opportunity was there. Initially I didn't even believe it. I thought it was a scam because I was promised 6 months. I'd be stepping a foot on Heathrow, but
Yeah.
the agency was really good on their promise. Within 6 months we were here.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I was surprised as well because I applied in April. August, I'm already here. Oh my god, that's
Exactly.
too
So
quick.
I know, because there's things you don't really know until you're actually in it, I suppose. Yeah.
Exactly. Amazing, amazing. I just would like to ask your take on this one.
Hmm.
Let me just share this screen. I know Prince Philip died, so rest in peace,
Yeah.
Prince Philip. But he said this one: Philippines must be half empty. You're all here running the NHS. What's your take on this one? I mean, we all go, or people, nurses leave the Philippines for many reasons, and most of them is obviously money and career progression. But was it the same for you, or do you have other reason for leaving the Philippines?
Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest on this. It is, we go away from our home country looking for a better life. Because what's the point
Yeah.
of leaving the Philippines? If you're gonna live somewhere that you won't have an improved and a better lifestyle, then why leave the Philippines? Because
Mhm.
living in the
Exactly.
Philippines is actually the best way to live if you're a Filipino, because that's where you grew up, right? And just on the side note, this is our old hospital. I used to work
Oh,
in
was
this
it?
hospital, yeah, and I know the young lady, Filipino lady that Prince Philip told this little joke on. But back then, maybe we took it in jest. Maybe some people might take that as slightly inappropriate.
Uh-huh.
But it's been done. I don't want to tarnish anything
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah,
to the
yeah,
gentleman, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, I guess my friend here took it in jest. So there you go.
What a what a coincidence there. This is where you worked before, and you know the people on the picture.
Yes, this is the
Wow,
Liverpool
amazing.
Dunstable Hospital. I know it. I know this place.
Ah, I see. Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you for that. And I'm sure you've already heard about this one. I just would like to know your take on this one. People say nurses are underpaid, overworked, and undervalued. I'm sure you've heard about this one before. But what can you say about this? What's your take on this one? What can we do? Of course, there's a truth in this one. Of course, we know how we are compensated here as nurses. So what's your take on this one when you hear those comments?
Well, I think there's two ways to look at it. I mean, there is truth in that because I myself am a nurse. I
Mhm,
know, and we know for a fact because we are Filipino nurses. We are global.
mhm,
We've got
mhm,
connections all over the
mhm,
world. And when we try to compare what we earn here in the United Kingdom, compare that to what other Filipino nurses might earn somewhere else,
mhm,
there is that big discrepancy. But then again, there are other factors that you have to realize, like. I mean, I'm just being biased here in the United Kingdom, but if you look at it, um, here in the United Kingdom, once you set up your family, I mean, one of the most important things you have to prepare for if you don't have the NHS is health insurance. So that might your budget for health insurance, you won't need it because the NHS is here. If you have a kid, at least up until their secondary school, it will be free. You know,
yep,
so those there it balances itself out, and also the annual leaves that you might be benefiting from. But what I'd say is the other thing that a lot of nurses, especially the Filipino nurses, forget or do not look into is that there are a lot of other avenues for nurses to grow into here in the United Kingdom. And I feel as Filipino nurses, we are not too aware of that. And so part of our advocacy in FilipinoUKNurses.com, wherein I'm one of the co-founders, is we show the world that I mean, in the UK, Filipino nurses can do a lot of things. We don't just highlight, uh, what are the I'd say conventional roles for nurses, but we also exhibit and showcase other non-conventional roles like nurses from maybe the research areas, or maybe a midwife and a nurse that is based here in the UK. So there are a lot of other avenues, and it's only up to us on how we would want to approach nursing here in the UK and improve ourselves. But still, it doesn't take away the fact that uh, things can be improved for nurses, and that is the truth.
amazing, amazing. Thank you for that. And what there are lots of newly arrived nurses here in the
Mm.
UK. Recently, very recently, at the peak of pandemic, even there are nurses coming in here. What will be your top three tips? What is top Manong George top three tips for newly arrived nurses here in the UK?
For newly arrived nurses here,
Yeah.
first I would suggest is do your research. I mean, the one thing that uh, I think this is slightly generalizing, but I think this is very true, at least on my end. When I go back home and I tell people where I live, where I work, they'd always say United Kingdom. Ay, London yan. Sa London, sa London. Ang alam lang nilang lahat, all they know about the United Kingdom is London. Even, let's say, I tried this even, I live in Scotland. I told somebody there, oo nga, sa London. So, ganun pa rin, you see what I mean? So, the thing is, if you carry that mentality, the United Kingdom is very diverse. So you need to
Mm,
make that your research where you are heading. Yeah,
mm,
that research should include your new home for the next few years, your institution where you will work. Those are very very important. So you understand the dynamics of how it is. Like not all places in the UK are as well connected and as active as as London. The
mm,
transport
mm,
for London is nearly 24 hours. But say if you live in the Midlands, up to what time buses would be available?
mm,
So you see, you have to look at those things. You have to do your research. Uh, Second, you have to be to have that correct mindset. What do I mean by that? Some Filipino nurses, when they arrive in the UK, they have their eyes on the price, which is great. What would be the price? Might be that they have the opportunity to travel. They'll be earning in pounds, a lot more money than compared to come back home. But I say be prepared and have the correct mindset, because going about with the money you'd earn, you will be earning pounds, but you have to pay in pounds. You see what I mean?
yeah,
So
money is worth where you live.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I that's why I hate those advertisements that I see on local news from the Philippines saying, kikita ka ng 2.5 million pounds. Ay, mali. 2.5 million pesos sa isang taon sa United Kingdom. Nagana po tayo. No, I mean, yes, that's true. But did they even bother saying, uh, you know, ito rin yung gagastusin mo. I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah.
there's always that debate on lifestyle. But the thing is, if you live in London, 2.5 million pesos a year is almost nothing.
Nothing.
Yes, I have to be honest. I
That's true.
used to
That's
live
true.
near London, and I
Mm.
did work in central London as well. And that was a dream. And then when I realized it wasn't working, I left it because I said,
Yeah.
I have also other dreams in my life. It's not just work,
Mm-mm.
and so you have to marry that. So
Yeah, yeah.
and finally, you have to after having that mindset, you've done your research. You have to temper your expectations against reality. Kasi
Mm.
pag yan, it's unequal, you have too much of an expectation. Every day you go to work, you would say, hindi ito yung gusto ko. This wasn't my dream. Hindi ito yung pangarap ko. And when you start doing that, you're already putting your foot back home. Diba?
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
sayang
true.
yung opportunity. The best thing is to have that mindset. You've done your research and you know how to temper your expectation and your reality. Yan kasi yan.
That
Minsan
yeah.
talaga, hindi nila alam, hindi nila akalain. I mean, sabi mo nga, Jeremy, we both came from one of the top private hospitals in the Philippines. When
Yep.
I arrived here, yung hospital ko dati, parang nagkaroon sila nung yung lamp, yung mobile lamp that can see veins.
All right.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
circa
Uh-huh.
20 something. That was like, sabi nila, amazing tool. I told them, I came from a third world country and I use this every day. Each
Yeah,
unit can have one of this. I don't
yeah, yeah.
understand. So you see what I mean?
Yeah,
Nagulat,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
nagulat sila. Sabi nila, talaga? Yes, sabi ko. That's even an old model, sabi ko.
Yeah,
Sabi
yeah,
ko.
yeah.
So, so expectation versus reality. Kaya importante yung research and yung mindset.
Amazing. Thank you for that, Manong George. Manong George, thank you. Manong George, you are Manong George. You are in a, I would say, you're a person who is in a position, or you have influence. What do you see that can be changed or improve? In nursing here in the UK, not just in nursing here, but in the Filipino community as well. What do you think we can improve or
Okay.
change?
Just to realign that your question and just to
Mm,
align my answer now.
mm,
Um, us as the Manong George Filipino UK nurse
mm.
environment, I have to say we are a team. Okay?
Yeah,
Ako
yeah,
lang yung pinakamadaldal kaya ako yung naging mascot. That's what it is. All right. All right. But to be honest, what we aim to do is to highlight as well how great Filipino nurses are here in this country. Kasi I always tell people, we are like, siguro medyo stereotyping to. Pero the thing
mm,
is, we are almost like ninjas. You know what ninjas are?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ninjas are very good in what they do, but
Mm,
you cannot see them. They hide very well. And that's what's wrong with us. We don't highlight how good we are because our impact on this country is very positive. Ang
yeah,
karamihan
yeah,
sa atin, nurse. Wala kang
yeah.
makikitang Pinoy na halos na naghihikahos, humaasa sa social services only.
Mm,
Right? Every Filipino has a job in this country. So, I mean, why don't we ang nalulungkot kasi ako when I used to work in the hospitals, I noticed that nobody knows anything about the Philippines unless they know boxing. Oh, Manny Pacquiao, that's all
Manapakaw,
they
yeah.
said. Manny Pacquiao, ganun lang. So I think it's a bit of an insult to us because to be honest, we are the biggest provider of overseas nurses in the NHS,
Mm,
and yet um I guess certain groups have already highlighted this, and yet on the decision making level, wala tayo. We're very underrepresented. So those are
yeah,
things
yeah.
that we need to look at. Plus, sinabi ko nga, 'di ba? We have highlighted many nurses in various different fields. We've highlighted a Filipino nurse who's actually a world leader in research in bronchoscopy. Oh, I mean, world leader yun, pero walang may pakialam, walang nagsasabi. And that's because kahit tayo, us Filipinos, we don't even push other our kababayans, ano? I
Yeah.
always say, kung maghihilahan tayo, bakit hindi tayo maghilahan pataas? Bakit lagi
Yeah.
pababa? You know, let's support each other. Yun ang ano. Kaya, I mean, like for me, ako, yung talagang ang, although we have this group, talagang ang highlight, although may Manong George, ang highlight is the other nurses.
Yeah.
Hindi yung ano kami. No, it's not that. It's about the Filipino nurse. That's what we're aiming for. And that's, I think, once we have that paradigm shift of culture,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we think of us as we are good, we are great people, hardworking, deserving to be where we are and better, then we could move forward. Kasi ganun yun eh. Nasa mindset. Kung ang nasa isip
Yeah.
natin, pwede na ako dyan, okay na ako na. Then ganun. People will just look down on us. But if we say, no,
Exactly.
we're not like that. We actually, you live because we are there. You know?
Mm,
We support your healthcare system. So why can't we be recognized? Diba? Yun yung
exactly. Exactly. I agree. That's why we have the Filipino UK nurses and Filipino Unite to make Filipino nurses realize how great we are, and not just the Filipino nurses, but the community itself here in UK. Wow,
Mm.
amazing. Before we, yep, go on, go on.
Hindi, I mean, just to add on that, Filipino communities, I think nangyari yan itong the past, COVID. Unfortunately, it took COVID for a lot of Filipino communities to stand up and, what to call this, revive that bayanihan spirit, which is great.
Yeah,
Pero what I'm trying to say here is that, does it always have to have, yung ganon na catalyst na medyo negative pa?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, why can't
Exactly,
we sustain that? We see it in other cultures. The sila nagtutulungan na nandito sa United Kingdom. But why can't we do it? And we can
exactly.
actually. We can.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, thank you. Before we carry on and go for a commercial break, I would like to greet our audience right now. We have Joe Nazareno, Captain Joe from America. We have Fobel Subol. Hello, welcome here. We have Sharina Cruz Caras. Welcome here, Bradley Gray. Our Joker Diva, Rans Batalya Silverio. Welcome here. We have Jehan Franco. Our research nurse, Alexandra Marie. Welcome here. And we have Jeleny Stackhouse. And thank you for joining us. We have Ate Ruth Ross as well. Thank you. Pearl Kakanindin. Yan. Welcome here. Welcome, Ate Pearl. Jen Papa Florida. Welcome, welcome. And Manong George, we're just gonna pause for a commercial break, and we have a virtual guest performer as well. So stick around, and we'll be right back. All right.
Wash your hands or sanitize your hand. Wear your face mask and maintain a safe distance.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. That was Dodi Victorino. I hope you were entertained by that beautiful rendition of Kahit Kailan from South Border. Manong George, we're back.
Hmm. Oh,
Yan.
magaling yung cellist. I think cello is one of the para sa akin mas preferred ko siya na classical instrument over anything else. I like cello.
Wow, amazing. So, greet lang natin na Ate Cora Corsola. Good evening. Yes, yes, ang galing ni Sir Dodi Victorino. Actually, follow him on Celista ng Pasig. Yan, you can see more of his works there. And welcome here, Jam Papa Mark. Yes, Jam Sakdan. And Ate Ruth Ross, hi, I'm enjoying your show, watching leisurely with my cup of tea. Yes, same in here. Cheers. Yes. Thank you, everyone. And yes, Manong George, let's talk
Hmm.
about Filipino UK nurses. So, what was the reason for like forming the group? What is the cause advocacy of the group?
Right.
How was
The
it?
story behind Filipino UK nurses was actually we are a group of friends and colleagues, no? But we planned this when we were on our ninth year, going on our 10th year, and in fact, we're not even that too long. I mean, we're just going on our second year, pa lang, no. But what we wanted was to put up something that was helpful for our community. Kasi when we started, we noted that there were so many Filipinos coming in,
Mm,
every week, new nurses coming in. And we knew then that there would be an opportunity for us to help, you know.
yeah,
And so that's where we figured, kasi rather than creating a tangible community na say, alam niyo yun, yung may organizational structure, which is good,
yeah,
well and good, no.
mm,
But for us, it would be hard for us to sustain it. But we noticed that through the advent of social media, and you know this, Filipinos are one of the most vivacious in the consumption of social media, so that's why we said it has to be an online community,
yeah,
kasi that way it allows us to be responsive, uh, quick, and then as well helpful in a way na kasi iba pag kailangan lagi ng face to face eh.
yeah,
Tsaka to be honest, the practicalities are very good. Kasi imagine if you have a base. Oh, 'di ba? Kailangan mo pa ng office, kailangan mo pa
mm,
ng setup. There's so much behind an organization, and for organizations that have it, I salute them because talagang mahirap 'yon. But what we wanted us to be reachable and responsive, and thus Filipino UK nurses were born. And part niyan is the Manong George na vlog. Yan.
see. Yeah, you provide a lot of information. You know, I always follow your vlogs as well. They're very helpful, especially to all those newly arrived Filipino nurses. Even those people who are thinking of going here in UK, they could have a preview already because it's
Yeah.
coming from a community existing here in UK. That's why
Yes,
it's
and
really
that's
really helpful there.
why that's the aim, and if you look at our website, our www.filipinouknurse.com, you look at the article section. Our
Yeah,
articles are not just articles that we wrote. Most of
yeah,
them are contributed by the community. A perfect
yeah, yeah,
example is the last one was a nurse who is part of the vaccinating team. So
yeah.
we didn't write that because we're not one of the team from the Filipino UK nurse does this job. So this was sourced, and they give it to us, and then we help them to publish this. And so people then have an idea. Oh, this is what's happening, and this is what we do. And so in that we provide as a public service to our community.
Yeah, amazing. So it's actually at the bottom of the page, scrolling in there, so they can visit the website www.filipinouknurse.com.
Yes.
And of course, please subscribe to Manong George's YouTube channel. Those who are listening there, which is still in the Philippines and would like to come here in the UK, they would like information. about the life here, what to expect, subscribe to Manong George YouTube channel, which is Manong George. Very straightforward.
Yes.
And we will talk later on about FilipinoUnite.com. So, how was Manong George was conceived? Who
Ah,
started
okay.
calling you Manong George?
Right. So, Manong George is a nickname I had way back when I was in college. Actually, during my microbiology years, one of my good friends then called me Manong George after a little event, and it got stuck. I played football in UST then, and it got stuck. It just got stuck. So people who know me from UST still call me Manong George. And so when we were trying to find a character or mascot for our vlog, um, since I was the nominated person to do the vlog, Manong George just made more sense because it's for me it's not something that is forced. I
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
I can I know myself as Manong George as well, so I identified with the character. So ayun,
yeah.
so that's how it was
That's
born.
good. That's good. So I changed my logo to Manong George now, and we got the logo actually. That's a
Yes.
brand.
Oh, thank you very
Manong
much.
George. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, Manong
so
George. Amazing. Let's just post this one. Christine Timms. Hello
okay.
there, Christine. Yan. Hi, Manong George.
Hello, Christine. Yan.
Yan. Sonia De Castro Mali. I'm watching you. Good evening. Yan. Thank you very much. And actually, I saw that you are from Don Bosco as well. Did you go to Don Bosco as well? Don Bosco Mandaluyong?
yes, I am a Bosconian by heart. I
Ah,
started out my primary and secondary school was in Don Bosco.
I see. Salesian.
Yes, from the
I
Salesian
belong to
School.
a church in Balik-Balik, Sampaloc, Manila. We always go to to the Sabio
Gra-
Olympics. Sabio
yes.
Olympics.
Oh,
You
yes.
must have. Oh my God.
So, Jeremy, if I ask you, san ka sa balik-balik?
sa Batanes, Sampaloc, Manila. Sa Holy Trinity
Batanes.
Academy.
Trinity.
Yeah.
Oo. Sa
Trinity,
may
Holy Trinity
Madjas
Academy.
As. Malapit ka sa Madjas As.
Hindi ko yata alam yun.
Josefina. Josefina. Alam mo yung
Josefina, yeah,
Josefina?
yeah,
Yan,
Josefina, yes,
Josefina.
yes. Uh,
Rotonda. Welcome Rotonda.
yes,
UTMC.
yes, yes, yes.
Ang jeep nyo dyan, balik-balik Lardizabal. I grew up there.
Wow. See, we have very many things in common. Bosconian. I'm not from Don Bosco, but I've got a very good affiliation with the
Salesian.
Salesian. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Don Bosco Mandaluyong. We always go there for like Sabio Olympics. Dominic
That's right.
Sabio. Yeah, so I've got affiliation with them. So wow. January 31, Don Bosco Day.
Yes. Oo.
We're
Nako,
both
yung mga
Bosconian.
Bosconian dyan, nako,
Oh, yeah, amazing, amazing.
matutuwa sila.
Oo, kaya nga. And then let's talk about Filipino Unite.
Yes.
This was tell us more about Filipino Unite.
Right. So Filipino Unite, this was founded. The founder and one of the founders and the CEO is Mr. John Belmonte. And these are primarily to start with were a group of nurses that responded to the need of COVID. Kasi at that time, di ba, alam naman natin, there were a lot of Filipino lives lost and one life is too much, ika nga. So, what happened was, he coordinated this and we have had a very busy year actually. Marami kaming naging projects, although we don't really have to advertise a lot of them. But there is on that background. So, ang kagandahan ng Filipino Unite, it's not just kasi primarily nurses, di ba? Ang dami. But there
Yeah,
is actually what do you call this, a directorate within Filipino Unite that focuses on non-healthcare kasi there are other Filipino nurses na hindi naman na nasa healthcare healthcare industry,
yeah.
and one of the things that we did, pilot projects natin yan last year, care of the non-healthcare division, was we hosted a series of webinars. It was well attended actually. That uh, was supporting not nurses, sorry, supporting Filipinos who might have lost their jobs. So we had professionals who in the human resources industry na in the recruitment na Pinoy. Now, actually, na hindi natin alam na they existed, pero they were there, they chipped in, they offered paano ba mag-interview, what are the jobs to look out for during the pandemic, what are your rights kung halimbawa na lay off ka, ano yung pwede mong gawin. We had that, and it was a success, and I'm hoping meron tayong natulungan kasi we also it was attended as well by the, let's say, the dependents of nurses na paparating pa lang, so they have an
Okay.
idea on how they could source the jobs. And
Mm.
ako naman doon, what I contributed was understanding yung how to use social media for, say, a business. I imparted a bit of my knowledge in there, and napakaganda naman ng feedback sa atin. So yun ang
Wow.
ginagawa ng Filipino Unite. There's so much more, and this is just a speck of what we do, and we offer a lot of services, including merong pastoral advice, legal advice. Legal advice is free on the first consultation. Meron tayong partner na solicitor to help us with that. So you see, ang dami may tutulong, and plus yung hotline. Nako, ang dami kong
Yeah.
nasabi, but there you go. Napakarami.
Amazing. So, people can actually visit the website filipinounite.com. Yan. Yes, John Belmonte. John Belmonte was one of my speakers before in my JhermiNATION conference back in November 2019. So, yeah, he's really a great nurse and entrepreneur. Yan.
Yan.
Si John
So John,
Belmonte.
yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So, let's go now. Hello there, Joseph Oliverio. Brad Wurst, welcome here. And let's go to Manong George as the nurse vlogger. So how did you start as a blogger?
Vlogging, this was like with everything else, when you start, it was a trial. We were thinking of whether we were on the hinge whether we do that or not. But when we started, we actually just used whatever we can. We had an old camera, DSLR. When we started, we used that. We had a mobile phone, we used that. And then the lighting that we had then was very simple. In fact, it was actually a lamp, from the cheapest standing lamp from IKEA, and the light actually was a plant light, because we didn't want to buy anything. We were just trying it out, and and from there, a year and a half ago to now, we've improved a lot. We've done so many things. We're over 100 videos now on YouTube, so we have done leaps and bounds. So it's I'm very proud of that. From trying out something, and what did we know about social media then? We're nurses.
Yeah. Exactly.
We don't really know anything. So I mean, anything about social media, but it was a lot of hard work, and still is hard work. I mean, I have to be honest. It's not easy, but when you put your mind to it, you focus on it. I know it's cliche. Then you see results.
Exactly. Amazing. And the things that you actually post there, the blogs, they're very, as what I told you earlier, is very, very helpful. I myself, I'm a fan of you. I
Thank
watch
you.
them, like that. What are the toxic mentalities of attitudes of Filipino? It's not just for nurses. Actually, it's actually for community as well. So
Yes.
it is really good. It's really good. Yeah.
Thank you.
And yes,
Anything
so
for the community. Yes, we try to
exactly.
service that.
So I just added there the number of Filipino Unite. So it's just scrolling at the bottom of the screen, 0208 0037 2000. Yan. Thank you
you.
very much. Manong George, I've got a
Yes.
surprise for you. So just bear with me. Yan. Eto, ready ka na?
Okay.
Hi,
Wala na
Jeremy,
akong
and to the
ligtas
people
eh. Oh.
watching your show today. This is Paul of Briley Care and Lakay Building Services. So what can I say about George? Well, I'm very, very proud of George because he has helped hundreds, if not thousands, of Filipino UK nurses acclimatize to the life here in the UK. And not only that, he has helped a lot of Filipinos in many ways. So I'm really, really proud of you, bro. And I would want to congratulate you for a successful run over the years of your brand, Manong George, and for successfully running Filipino UK nurses. Now, I've met George in 2019, and not many know that George is the first person who has helped marketed and promoted bridal care. So, bro, all I can say is, may the Lord God bless you more, and may He guide you in all of your endeavors. Thank you. God bless.
Nako, nakakatuwa naman si Paul. No, that's
Yan.
true. No,
All of Riley Care.
yeah, Paul said na kami yung unang nag-market. But I have to say this as well. Um, Paul was the very first, you should say, I should say, that believed in our cause. Because when we started, actually, if I may be very honest, when you start anything that is in social media,
Yeah.
napakahirap ng ano namin, ng struggles namin. Like we actually had to beg for interviews.
Mm.
Talagang mangungulit kami, as in we have to tell them the truth na we are actually not going to sell you anything. We won't be,
Yeah, yeah.
minsan kasi yun yung unang takot nila. Networking ba yan? Yung ganun. Sasabihin namin, no, hindi po. Ito talaga. So we had to prove that. And it was, I mean, I had nothing against anybody who said no to us, but it was very difficult. That's the truth of it. But Paul was very kind and he said, "Well, I hear you, George. I hear what you're trying to do. Okay, fine. Let's do this." And if you look back in our very first videos, Paul was our very first highlights, interviews and articles sa website. So, Paul, kung nakikinig ka, nanonood ka, maraming salamat and all the best, bro. Thank you.
Yes, amazing. Paul is a very good friend of mine as well. Yan, Riley Care and Lakay Building. Idol ko rin yan. Nurse
Mm.
entrepreneur. Yan. So, Manong George, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, that's a good question. No, I wouldn't want to say 5 to 10 years. No, I'd want to see us grow within the next year, even bigger. The
Amazing.
Filipino, yeah,
Amazing.
Filipino UK nurse.
Amazing.
I have to say that I think when we started this in 2019, I have to be proud on this. And there was no active Filipino nursing group when we started this. Yeah, and when we started pushing people, I had a lot of Filipino nursing leaders in one group chat. It opened a lot of things. Yes, the situation COVID helped, but I'm not taking it against anyone, or I mean taking the credit onto ourselves. But I'm happy that I'm one of the catalysts to push. Kasi ngayon we have hindi na lang nag-iisa na Filipino nursing community. 'Di ba? Marami ng association. And I have no problems with that because it only serves the same stakeholders, which is the Filipino nurses in the UK. So I'm very proud of that. Pero kami and the Filipino UK nurses, we know what we do. We collaborate with people and we want to foster that. Kasi that's the only way forward, Hindi na uso yung exclusive, ito lang ako, ito lang ako. No, we want to grow. Kasi all of us, we start somewhere. Bago tayong pasok dito as a nurse, we also grow. And we would grow with you. Yun yung aming gagawin. That's where I see ourselves in the next year.
Amazing. Sabi nga nila, pay it forward, Pay it forward. Whatever you've learned, pay it forward, give it back. Yan, amazing. Love it, Manong George. If time and money is not a concern, what would you like to do? If time and money is not a concern for you, what would you like to do?
Time and money. Tataas ko lahat ng sweldo ng healthcare professional sa Pilipinas, pala nang aalis.
Wow. Amazing.
Diba? We all would just have to serve our own people, and then everybody would be happy. Yun lang.
I know. Yun nga, that's the thing that that's the difficulty with us. We look after the people here, patients here in UK, but we can't look after our own parents back home, which is kind of difficult. But we have to get over it and just move on. That's life. That's what we came in for. So just move on.
kaya nga gusto ko yung sinabi mo na that's life, right? Pero what I want to say in that is that's life if we accept it.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Di ba?
yeah.
That's life if we accept it as it is. Kasi kung hahayaan lang natin yung sarili natin na gano'n, then we won't move forward. It's
Exactly.
simple as that. Eh, I might be a believer or a dreamer. Malaki siguro yung sira ng utak ko at naniniwala ako that we could change something. But if we all do our part, then yes. Di ba?
Yes.
Kahit sabihin natin na, di ba, alam mo yun, na maliit lang naman yung magagawa mo, pero may nagawa tayo. Lahat nag-umpisa sa maliit. Yun.
Exactly. Collective effort. Collective effort,
Exactly.
collective energy. Yeah. Amazing, amazing. I always ask this question to my special guests. I call this a dinner question. Nag-dinner ka na ba? Before.
Di pa nga actually.
Tama. We're
Um,
nearing the end of the show, but I always ask this question. I call this a dinner question. If you're going to have a dinner with somebody, anybody in the world, could be somebody who's already dead, anybody, big person, popular person that you know of, who is this person that you would like to have dinner with? Why? And what question would you ask this person?
ang dami naman, sabi mo isa lang eh. Pero anyway, sabi mo isa lang eh. Pero anyway, ako, I've always been, I wouldn't say I'm a big fan, but I'm fascinated with President Barack Obama. Okay? I like, I like what he stands for. I love how he was a community leader, so I like that bit. What I will ask him is, how do you face the challenges every day? Because kasi let's face it, di ba, nag 2 terms siya sa Amerika.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had a lot of things that he wanted, pero hindi lahat nangyari. Obamacare was stopped and then moved
Yeah.
forward and stopped, and it could have been his legacy, na some might say na akin to the NHS. But I want to ask him, how do you move forward to that? Kasi siya, tapos na siya maging leader eh, but he's still influential. So, how
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
move forward? Yun yung gusto ko. Kasi
Exactly.
magaling talaga siya. I've loved reading and reading his books, and even yung a book ni Michelle Obama. Gusto ko yung part that how she describes President Obama, kasi it's like a different insight. Napakaganda. So yun yung para sa akin.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. Final question before I let you go. What is happiness for you?
Happiness for me is sinabi mo na to kanina eh. Kasi happiness or fulfillment is I find happiness in fulfillment. Pero my fulfillment is I'm pragmatic eh. Simple things make me happy. Kasi I don't like to, I have big expectations, but I know where to step. Ganun yung sa akin. There's no such thing as perfect happiness kasi nothing is absolute, 'di ba? So I think happiness is living in the now and being content with what you have. Yun.
Amazing. Actually, I lied, Manong George. That wasn't my final question.
Sabi ko na ba, ikaw talaga. Naku, wag mo sabihin yung I lied. Baka marinig ka ng misis mo.
Okay. Ito, final question na talaga.
Alright, go.
Final
Sige,
question.
go.
What has Manong George taught you? You were Manong George. That was it.
Right.
What has Manong George taught you? Yeah.
Manong George, this whole adventure of us, right? And by the way, Miss Cora, nakita ko lang kasi yung ang mga roots ko po Ilocano, but nakakaintindi ako pero I don't speak Ilocano. So, just to let you know, kasi nakita ko yung But anyway, ang naturo sa akin ng Manong George, what it has taught me is that there's no such thing as impossible. You are what you make of your time. When I was before we started Manong George, I was very procrastinating, alam mo yon. Mas sasabihin ko, because pagod na ako sa trabaho ko as a nurse, hihiga na lang ako, magne-Netflix, or maglalaro ako ng video game, right? Ganon talaga ako when I started. But when we shifted this, naiba yung I realized like this hour that I've spent with you, I mean, this could lead to something else, and you become more productive. So it's up to you on how you choose your life talaga. If you want
Yeah.
something, you just need to make sure that you're consistent. Yeah, you break yourself to be competent as well. Pero kailangan yan committed ka rin. So parang tatlong
Yeah.
C's. Diba? May commitment, may consistency, mayroon kang competency. Kasi kung wala yan, naku, wala. Ang dami. I can point out kasi dun sa Manong George lang, no? Mm, may isip nyo, maraming vloggers na lalabas, right? Pero who's consistent enough? And I won't take this credit on by myself, ha. I'm talking about all our team. Kasi tulong-tulong kami. Hindi lang ako nag-iisa. And you could see, week in, week out, we have our articles for our website, the update of our website. We have our Facebook group that is active in the now, responsive. And then we also have Manong George videos coming almost twice for almost a year now, twice in a week. So you could see there's that consistency, and that takes us, to the next level. Consistency is really the nearest thing to perfection. So kung hindi consistent, wala.
Wow. Amazing, amazing. Thank you very much, Manong George. I love that. Consistency is really very important. And because of your time here, I would like to give you this virtual one. Cheers. That's
Okay lang. Sayang, akala ko sponsoran mo ko eh. Kala ko
all right.
ano eh. Kala ko Bitcoin. Nagulat ako eh.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin, ganun ba?
Pero pwede
Yeah.
ba akong bumati? Just in case lang, no, kung nanonood yung good friend natin, si Francis Cabanlit. Hello, my friend.
Yes, yes. Yes,
And
yes.
also, kung nanonood din si Miss Maria Clarissa Lim, na good friend natin from BC Remit. Hello po. Yan.
Yan. Sige, bati ka, Manong George. Sino gusto mo i-shoutout, promote
Ah,
Filipino UK
oh,
nurses?
yes. Oh,
Yes,
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
please tune in. Meron tayong on the 25th of April for all those na interested about immigration. You have questions about bringing your family here, even your pets. Actually, we have an esteemed lawyer from the UK, si Attorney Diaz, who has kindly helped us and said, let's do this for the community. So kung gusto niyo pong mag-attend na, please do so. Meron po tayong registration on the Facebook events page ng Manong George. Kailangan lang natin po mag-register kasi we want it to be intimate. Kasi gusto natin people would ask para sulit, di ba? Hindi ito big event, but it's a RSVP, pero meron lang po tayong very few slots available. So kung meron kayong oras and gusto niyo umattend yan, please look at our events page. Meron po tayo niyan. Marami pa po kaming ibang events coming up, pero that's it. Pero kung may nanonood na nurse na bago dito sa United Kingdom, we also offer free webinars for an introduction to OSCE. Isa pong magaling na Filipino nurse na OSCE lead ang nagpa-facilitate nito. Watch out for that. Ipopost na natin kung kailan yung event na yan. Tentative date natin is towards the end of April po. Meron po yan. So abangan yan. Yeah, thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Manong George. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yan.
Yan. Ah!
Thank you very much, Manong George.
Thank you rin
Teka,
po.
ito.
Maraming salamat.
Oops.
Ayan na, sabog-sabog na yung mukha ko niyan.
Thank you very much, Manong George, for your time. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We've learned a lot. And yes, please subscribe to Manong George YouTube channel. Check out the website of Filipino Nurse, FilipinoUKNurse.com and FilipinoUnite.com. And the numbers there, 0208-037-2000. Yan. Maraming salamat, Manong George. Ako'y nag-enjoy at maraming
Okay.
natutunan. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat din.
Yan.
Jeremy, thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. See you. Hope to see you in person.
Sige po. Sige po.
Okay, maraming
Bye for
salamat.
now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Ayan. Thank you very much, everyone. Joel Miranda. Thank you. We have Jello Osis. Thank you very much. Yan. And let's just see. Yep. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Manong George. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yep, thank you. Yan. So, what is your takeaway? So, it is my intention that every live stream I do, you learn something. So, what is your takeaway? For me, the takeaway is my takeaway is be as what Manong George said, being consistent. There's a lot of just like him. He's a blogger, and there will be a lot of bloggers, Filipino bloggers, Filipino nurse bloggers that will come out. But there's only one thing. It only boils down to one thing: consistency. They're always present. Their social media is always with content. That's what he means by the consistency. That they've been doing all the blogs, all the contents for about 2 years now, and it's been consistent. So who will stay in the game? I think that's the main thing that he is trying to say. A lot of bloggers will come out, and it's really good because there will be a lot of information around as well. And but it's all boils down to the consistency of the person and the commitment. Yeah. So that is my takeaway. So what's next in germination? So let me just show you what's next in germination. So that's next week in germination. So thank you, everyone. Let me just see. I just want to make sure that I've given everybody a shout out. We have Arnel Mangilinan. Hello, Arnel from Philippine Chatter UK. Mimi Mili. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. We have Cathy Valdez. Yan, our head of Youth Empowerment Department in the SAYAN Youth Organization Philippines. Yan. Thank you. Thank you very much. And always remember, the quality of your life will depend on the quality of your thoughts. Always plant that seeds of positivity in your mind every single day. Let it germinate so that one day you will meet the better version of you. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, and see you on Wednesday, 12 noon, and on Sunday, 7 p.m. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
Can I plant some seeds of positivity and good vibes in your mind for a few minutes? Thank you. Warm greetings, everyone. If you're looking for empowerment, entertainment, and fun, I've got good news. Germination is here for you, so please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, Germination. Together, we can make a difference and impact. See you every Wednesdays, 12 noon, and Sundays, 7 in the evening, UK time. This is Jeremy of Germination.